You're listening to Holy Sync Radio Podcast, and today's podcast, Finding the Heart Behind the New Sound of Christian Radio.
Welcome to Holy Sync Radio, where we align our hearts, our minds, and our lives with God's truth. I'm Nilsa.
And I'm Thomas. And today, we're stepping into a conversation a lot of people are thinking, but not everyone is saying out loud.
Let's be honest. When most of us hear artificial intelligence and worship in the same sentence, it makes us a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, it does. You picture something cold, something mechanical, something disconnected, and the real question underneath all of it is this: can something artificial be part of something spiritual?
Because worship isn't just music. It's personal, it's intimate, it's connection with God. So is this just noise, or can it actually mean something?
Let's answer that right away. AI is not the worshiper. The heart behind it is. At Holy Sync Radio, we're right in the middle of this conversation. And here's what we believe. Technology is not here to replace the soul. It's here to amplify the testimony. People say AI doesn't have a soul, and they're right, but the people behind it do. We're not just typing, write a song about grace. Every song starts somewhere real. A journal entry, a prayer, a moment of breaking, a moment of surrender, a testimony, because God has always used people, not perfection. The AI, it's just the instrument, like a piano, like a guitar, and like a microphone.
And if you think about it, every generation has had a new sound that people questioned.
There was a time people questioned drums in church, electric guitars, full bands, and now those sounds reach millions. Let's be real for a second. A lot of Christian music today starts to feel the same structure, same sound, same formula. And I'm not saying it's bad, but sometimes it loses the rawness, the honesty. But here's the twist. Using AI has actually helped us get back to that, because now we can take a real story and not force it into a formula. At Holy Sync Radio, we build around testimony, healing, restoration, real life. The message stays the focus, the music carries it.
So instead of the sound leading, the story leads.
Exactly. I heard someone recently bring up a powerful comparison. They talked about when David was moving the Ark of the Covenant and Uzzah reached out to steady it and died.
And the point they were making was only certain people were appointed to carry the presence of God. So who are we to handle worship using something like AI?
And honestly, that's not a crazy question because it comes from a place of reverence. But here's where we have to be careful. Uzzah didn't die because something was new. He died because they ignored what God had already said. The ark wasn't supposed to be moved on a cart. It was supposed to be carried a specific way. So the issue wasn't creativity, it was disobedience.
That's a big difference.
Yeah. And let me say this clearly. God is not afraid of new methods. He's concerned with the condition of the heart. Because you can have the right method and the wrong heart, and it still won't honor him. And you can have a simple method, but a surrendered heart, and God will move through it. So the question isn't, is this tool allowed? The question is my heart aligned with God while I'm using it? Because the danger isn't new tools. The danger is using anything, old or new, without reverence for God. Most people use radio as background noise. Driving, working, cleaning, that's passive. But worship, it's not passive, it's intentional. At Holy Sync Radio, we're not just building listeners, we're building a movement. And this is where it gets real for us. From day one, we made a decision. 50% of everything goes to charity. And this isn't just something we say. This is something we're doing. Last Christmas, we bought presents for 25 kids. This year, we provided 87 backpacks for kids. We helped a single mom just to give her a moment to breathe, with something as simple as a manicure and pedicure. We've helped other families make ends meet, and we just sent $1,000 to support mothers in Nicaragua through a feeding center for Mother's Day. This isn't theory, this is impact. And I want people to hear this clearly. This is what happens when worship turns into action, because faith was never meant to stop at a song. It was meant to move through your life.
That changes everything.
Yeah, anybody can play music, but not everybody is building something that gives back. And if we're going to talk about worship, let's talk about this. If your worship never impacts someone else, is it really worship? Because real worship doesn't just lift your hands, it moves your feet, it moves your heart, it moves your life. And I want to share something personal because this is really the driving force behind everything we're doing. This whole vision, it's about the next generation, the youth, our kids, our grandkids. It's about creating a place where they can hear the truth, that they are loved, that they are wanted, that God still sees them, that the same God who created the universe knows their name and is still calling them home. Because when I was growing up, we didn't have something like this. I gave my life to Christ at 17, but I still went through a lot. And a big part of that was because of what I went through as a kid. I didn't know how to process it. And there are kids right now walking through things they don't understand. And the first thing they believe is, it's my fault. Something's wrong with me. I'm not enough. And they need to hear this. It's not your fault. You are not too far gone. You have a Father in heaven who loves you deeply. And if we can reach just one kid and change the trajectory of their life, it's all worth it. We say this all the time. And if everything we do, all the preparation, all the work is just for one person to come to Christ, it was worth it. It's for the one. We're not just trying to reach crowds. We're trying to reach the one, the unknown future leader, the unknown artist, the unknown pastor. Because if we reach just the one, we can change everything. And I believe we're not just going to reach one. We're going to reach millions, because every song, every testimony is telling someone, you're not the only one. We've been through it too, but we're still here, and God is not finished. So don't ask for an easier life. Ask for stronger shoulders, because what you're carrying now might be preparing you for what God is calling you into. God has something bigger for your life, and we're here to help you find it. So we didn't just talk about it. We built something for it, a place where those kids, those ones, can actually be reached. A show called This Week.
This is for the next generation. Real life, real struggles, real questions.
Because teens aren't asking, is AI biblical? They're asking, does God see me? Do I matter? Am I too far gone? And if a song, no matter how it was made, helps answer that, points them back to Jesus, we're going to use it.
This Week meets you where you are.
2 one-hour shows a day on the radio station. Message and music, not perfect people, real people. God isn't looking for perfect sound. He's looking for a real heart. We live in a loud world, fast, busy, overwhelming. That's why we created space for something different. Stillness, reflection, peace, because even now, God's peace is still real. So, is AI worship music bad? No, it's a tool. And like any tool, it depends on the hands using it. If the heart is right, if the message is true, if it points people to Jesus, then it has purpose.
We're not replacing the human heart. We're giving it a bigger voice.
So don't judge it from a distance. Listen, lean in, because worship didn't start with a sound. It started with surrender.
This is Holy Sync Radio. Thank you for spending your time with us today. If this conversation encouraged you, share it with someone who might need it. New episodes drop every Saturday. You can find us at holysyncradio.com and on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Also available on the Apple app for download. Until next time, keep your heart soft and stay in sync.
And remember, God loves you.